here to just review the results from the Q2 checkpoint. This is the second time you've given this checkpoint, and this year the students scored with an average score of 85%. And all of your checkpoints are completely aligned to the standards. You guys have done an amazing job of using the backward design. You look at your standards, you've unpacked your standards, you have a strong curriculum map, and your common assessments as well as these checkpoints align to the standards that you taught for this 9 weeks. You can see the breakdown of the performance of students over here in the performance bands. We intentionally lined up the performance bands to be parallel to the OST breakdowns of percentage.
Was in our units for one thing. So whatever the literature that we were teaching, we made sure that we pulled those standards because that's what we were going to be teaching. Like if we were covering point of view in the unit, then we made sure that there was a point of view question on the checkpoint, and you worked so well with us to tweak them when you know they weren't quite what.
And you guys also post the standards in the classroom. You involve the students, they're posted everywhere in all of your classrooms. You articulate what the standards are for the lesson, let alone not alone, as well as for assessment checks, those standards are identified. So the students are very much informed. It's visible assessment for the students.
I think, I was going to say, it's also true, like we've also looked at OSTs. Like what
they consider power
standards.
Yes,
what do they consider power standards? So.
Gina sent us the power standards, so we have it.
Yeah.
So we have it linked to our with our curriculum.
Yeah, 11 is.
So 11, I have 58%, and 12, I have.
So let's take a peek at that.
Okay.
Let's take a peek at 11.
Okay.
And those are the ones that I circled too.
Are we clicking on the play
Click
button?
on the little.
the graph?
The graph. But the play button does give you the
It
question.
gives you the question.
So 11
Hang
was
on
the
a
one we
second.
had trouble with last year.
D.
D.
D was the next one, yeah.
60
So here,
students.
but again, close reading, because if you
60
look,
students
C
selected
is
D.
I and D is Drew. So
Right.
the question says, choose one detail that shows a change in the narrator's perspective.
Oh.
So
So 87%,
still good.
103 students were able to get it. So if you total,
Uh-huh.
if you look at it all broken down, 166 obviously students were able to get it. So, I mean, that's just a thought.
23% of the kids picked D.
that was my lowest one, was 58%. I don't know what everybody else was.
But you know what, guys?
That was my lowest. So I would just,
For
I
our
don't mind
comment,
trying
Wait a
that
minute,
out.
go back to that though. Does that say that only 2 students missed it?
No, 2 students that performed in basic got it right. 166 students, 64% of our students got it right, which is 166 students.
Those are all the students there.
This is all the students and how they broke out in their bands.
The whole instruction piece, like I've skipped first person pretty much because when I pre-assessed, they were like, they know first person. So I didn't even bother to go over that. And so I didn't use the language of, and maybe you did on the practice slides you made for us, but I didn't use the language of the I being like the narrator. I mean, it was kind of a given, but I don't think I ever said.
is Home of the Brave
what's-
like this or Long Walk to Water?
They say CAG.
Home of the Brave is
Oh, is it first person? I can't remember. I have to look
third
at it.
person.
It's third because it's
And
CAG.
then a Long Walk to Water is
That's the
Third person.
third. Okay, I wish we had a text that we could keep referring to or
Where it's the narrator.
where we can actually use this as a daily lesson.
So are we all in agreement that
Yes.
we'll
Take
take
out
out
the
that
word
word Drew
Yeah.
and then we'll
In the
test it
question
next
only.
year?
Yeah.
So we
I
are
wrote
in
it out.
agreement that the question's okay.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just need maybe
Yeah. Oh, it's an
tweak a
excellent
few of the
question. Yeah.
wording.